Hi everybody, Key Results here. On behalf of Two Cats, my BFF caching buddy, and myself, this is the version 2, or video 2, in preparing you for our GSAK 101 and 201, the basics and beyond the basics events to learn GSAK version 8. So without further ado, we need you to get to GSAK.net before class time, download and install GSAK version 8. Down here in the bottom of the screen you'll see download version 8.1.0. Depending on when you go in to do this, it may even be more current than that. But take the most current version of 8 that you see on this screen, and please download and install that on your laptop. And once you do that, you will have this screen with a few minor differences. Your database will say default, and that's okay. And your version number up here in the left will probably be something smaller than this number, and we'll take care of that in a second. And you may not have registered your software yet, but if you did, your name will be here instead of mine. Otherwise it will say unregistered, and you are allowed to use the software for about 21 days before you start getting any nag screens or anything. So once you're at this level, you've got an empty database, and it's probably a scary looking screen for you. That's okay. You may even have this view. If you do, just simply click that view, that little button there, off, and just get to this stage. What we want to do first is we want to go up here to the geocaching.com access menu, and right down here look for update user information. Go ahead and click that, and we do want to check these items up, and we do want to make sure that we log in with our premium password and username, and then it will fetch your user information and pre-populate the program with a couple of items that will save us some time later. One indicator of success is that when you go to Tools, Options, you should see your user ID right here under Method for Matching Owned and Found Caches. Owner ID is the preference we want to select, and you should see your geocaching.com user ID here. If you don't, you may need to manually enter that, but this usually works pretty well. The only other thing that we want to mess with on this right now is we want to go over here to the far right to the Advanced tab and click that. And we want to go ahead and look for this version check. Every time GSAK runs, we want to check the version, and also check for patches. If you check those three things, then hit OK. Next time you run GSAK, which you'll want to do right now, you'll get a little window that will pop up down here on the right. Lower right corner of your screen, and it's going to tell you there's a newer version than you have if one exists, and you want to go ahead and click the item that says download and install, and when you do that, it will close the program for you automatically. Do just that. Follow all the usual prompts, and when you get your GSAK back up again, you should have the same version, or the most current patched version of GSAK version 8, and that's what we want you to have. The final thing that we'd like you to do at this stage of the game is then go back to geocaching.com access, download Pocket Queries, and you should see from the video number 1 where we asked you to run a pocket query for the class, download one or more of those pocket queries here and to your default database right into the screen. And when you click OK, you'll get a window that tells you it's fetching the pocket query. And once it gets that zip file downloaded, it will unwrap it which is what it's doing here. It is unpacking that file, and there's about 1,000 caches I happen to know in this particular GPX. 500 is the maximum limit they will email you. If you do get your caches emailed to you and you save them in certain directories and all, that's okay too. Double click on it. GSAK should automatically pick that up and import that file into the system and give you this summary to let you know what happened. And so with the summary, you know things worked, and you can now see that I have 978 available caches, this white window down on the bottom. We have 48 not available or archived, and we have 22 that I have hidden in this particular database now. The last thing I'd like you to do to be ready is to download your finds, which will populate this yellow area. To do that, we actually have to do that manually. We can't use the direct download method like you can for here for some reason. So go to the directory. If you go to geocaching.com, and let's bring that over here for a second. We told you to run your MyFinds file. If you go to your geocaching.com account, you'll see the MyFinds Pocket query here. Go ahead and download that file to your PC, and when you do, you will have this. This program will or this GPX file will download to your machine. You want to go ahead and run that zip file, and you'll see this file in here. Double click that, or unzip it and save it, and then double click it, and GSAK will open that and incorporate that into the database like so. You'll see a import screen. You'll see there's the file name right here. It's telling you where it's getting it from. You can just usually click defaults at this stage of the game, and that way you'll know that the parameters are going to be fine, and hit OK, and it's going to go ahead and do the same thing it did with any other GPX file. It's going to unwrap it and sort it all out and populate this database, and when we're done, I will have all of my finds to date up till the point this file was run, and I will have a good sample of geocaches that I want to mess with in the GSAK the Basics class and the Beyond the Basics class as well. We'll do another video that will talk about the macros that we'd like you to have, but for the Basics class, we really just need you to get a couple macros. For the Beyond the Basics, there's quite a few more. I'll cover that here in a few minutes. Thank you.